Preptober, which if you don't know what that is, it is the nickname for the month of October if you're using it to prepare for NaNoWriMo. If you don't know what NaNoWriMo is, it's an international phenomenon where in the month of October lots and lots and lots and lots of people worldwide try to write 50,000 words of a novel or other writing project. That's also an option, but the typical goal is a novel. Last year I made a video called Pantsers Preptober Planning, which was a sort of Preptober for Pantsers kind of idea. But yeah, things I'm doing as part of my Preptober, considering the fact that I'm trying to release a book and that is taking a lot of my time and energy and effort because it is surprisingly hard. Yeah, Mary Ellen Breaking the Curse is an adult fantasy novel with action adventure, heapings of magic and a delightful slow burn heartwarming romance. It comes out on the 26th of October. I think if you're interested, all of the links are listed below. Anyway, so what I'm doing with that in mind, and bearing in mind that my focus will largely be on releasing a book this month, and I have no idea what project I want to do for NaNoWriMo yet because I have so many projects in my head. I was originally going to do Mary Ellen 2, I'm not telling you what the title is. I was originally going to do Mary Ellen 2, but I actually ended up writing that. I have 30,000 words of that already written. So like, yeah, maybe 50,000 more words would work, but I am at the point where I'm kind of stuck with it and I don't think it's a good choice for NaNoWriMoing because I'm probably just going to spend the entire month of November staring at it if I do that. So I'm going to take a break from that for a while. So I'm going to pick something different and I don't know what I'm going to pick yet because I've got like my pirate novel, I've got like a fae novel, I've got a sci-fi universe that I'm building. Like, there are so many options. So I don't know what I'm going to do. And I don't think I'm going to decide until probably the very, very last minute. Because my first NaNoWriMo, I actually wrote Mary Ellen Breaking the Curse. And I literally rocked up on day 2 of NaNoWriMo, fresh from my honeymoon, and just wrote like 35,000 words of Mary Ellen Breaking the Curse. And no regrets. And I was really proud of my 35,000 words, but I was also quite disheartened because I didn't get up to 50,000 words. But yeah, I've realised that 35,000 words is nothing to sneeze at for me. Like, that is a pretty impressive sum of words. So yeah, I'm satisfied with that now. That's my like kind of ideal aim because I don't think 50,000 words is in me this year. Not in a month. But anyway, there's loads of cool resources created by Sarah Cannon at Heart Breathings. Never interacted with the lovely lady, but but she seems cool, and she does these workbooks, which I printed one out last year. Hang on, I've got last year's one still here. This is the thing that I think is really useful that I'm trying to sort of sell to you, as it were, which is she comes out with these little calendar things, which has like how many whatever days and stuff. So like you can plan how many days you'll actually be writing, so you don't have to write every single day if that's not possible for you. You can figure out how many days you're actually able to write, and actually likely able to write as well. So like if you have like a chronic illness, you can build yourself in buffer days and you can figure out how much you actually need to write a day, because as much as it's 1,667 words, if you write every day to get to 50,000 words, if you don't want to write on the weekends, or you know you're going to have a couple of days off because you've got migraine, or you know you're going to need a couple of days off because you have kids and they're busy, I guess, I don't know, I don't have children, you can build yourself in buffer days and figure out how much you actually need to write in a day. And you can also then figure out whether that is feasible for you, or whether you'd rather drop your goal from the 50,000 words to something a bit more manageable, I guess. But yeah, so loads of people do these like Preptober workbooks, and like having used them for 2 of them, I am very much of the opinion that those are not for me. I really like Sarah Cannon's calendar thing. I think that's a really great resource. It's a really great use of your time because then you can build in anything that you know is going to impede you. Like I've got 1 day a week that I'm busy doing other stuff, and it's really nice to be able to sort of look at like my wife's work calendar and take out the days that my wife isn't working so we can spend time together, and I'm not trying to desperately write 1,667 words, except more because I know I won't be writing on one specific weekday a week either, because I have this other thing that I have to do. So yeah, things that I think are good for Preptober if you're not really into the planning thing. That calendar is good. And I think it's really good if you have anything that needs to come out, if you have anything that regularly comes out, trying to get that prepped in advance is really super useful. So like there's 4 Thursdays, so I'm going to try and write my 4 short stories in advance. I'm going to try and film and edit my videos in advance. It's that thing of trying to ease your life in November so you can focus on getting the words. Figuring out in advance whether you are more able to write in the morning or in the evening, like especially if you have to go out and do your day job 5 days a week. Are you going to be more able to write before you go to work, or are you going to be more able to write after you get home? Are you the kind of person who comes home and needs like an hour to decompress and then you can get your words in, or are you the kind of person where as soon as you stop, you lose your momentum and you won't get any words done, so you need to go straight upstairs in your work uniform and write your words then and there? Are you going to be able to write on your work breaks, or is that not an option for you? Like figuring out all of those, I don't want to call them mundanities, but like all of those real life potential roadblocks so that you can smooth the road between you and 50,000 words is quite useful. I'm not going to say like it's vital, you can make it work, but it's useful to know in advance so that you're not kind of trying to figure it out in the middle of November when you're desperately trying to get to 50,000 words. If you're an outliner, obviously write an outline. If you're not an outliner or you don't know yet, definitely try giving out an outline a go. But if it's just the worst experience of your life, drop your outline and see what happens. Pants it. Don't let yourself get to the middle of the month and think, oh, maybe I'll change projects because this one's got hard. Don't do that. Stick with your first project. Just write it out. Push through that roadblock and tell yourself that you're allowed to work on the next thing after November is over and you get into December. You're allowed to move on to that shiny new idea. It will propel you more than you think it will. Not allowed to do that until November. That's what NaNoWriMo says. You didn't make this rule. NaNoWriMo did. That's not the NaNoWriMo rules, but like tell yourself that so you can't argue with yourself. Something that's really fun is the InstaWriMo challenge. If you are on Instagram, follow me. No, if you're on Instagram, you can follow NaNoWriMo on Instagram, and they have like an InstaWriMo challenge for the month of October, which is like posting obviously pictures. That's how Instagram works. According to like a prompt schedule for the month of October, which is really fun. I did it last year. I really enjoyed myself. I didn't do every day. I'm not going to do every day this year either. But yeah, just picking out the days you want to do is quite fun. Not challenging yourself to post to Instagram post to that prompt on Instagram every day of the week is a wise plan for a lot of people. So like, yeah, don't feel beholden to doing the InstaWriMo challenge, but if you want to participate, even if you only want to do one day, that's quite a lot of fun. It's a great way to meet more people on Instagram who are also doing it and who are also doing NaNoWriMo and who are therefore writers, which is always nice to have writer friends. And my final point is to get yourself a reward for NaNoWriMo. If you can like figure one out, like it can be something you've bought, it can be something you're kind of like allowed to do. Once the month of November is over, so spend your October trying to figure out what your reward could be that you're like not allowed to do or have until the 1st of December, and give yourself a reward for participating in NaNoWriMo. This is not a 50,000 word reward. I mean, you can also do that if you want to. This is not a 50,000 word reward. This is not a, I only get this if I get 50,000 words. I think you should definitely give yourself a reward for participating, for showing up every day. Effort is so, so important, and it's so important to reward how much effort you've put into something. Like, everybody always talks about rewards like a reward for 10,000 words, 20,000 words, 25,000 words, 30,000 words, 40,000 words, 50,000 words. Ta-da, you've finished, big reward for 50,000 words. But like, I really do think it's worth rewarding yourself for showing up every day, even if you didn't get to the 50,000 words, because showing up every day, or all of the days you possibly could, is still really valuable, and it's still really worth rewarding. Because a huge part of NaNoWriMo for so many people is just building a writing habit, building writing into your day as regularly as you can. Most writers, especially writers with like a day job as well, which, let's be honest, most writers are writers with a day job as well. it's very difficult to be able to show up every day, or even just every day where you actually have the time and scope to be able to show up. It's still hard a lot of the time to show up. Building that dedication, building that motivation, building that, what's the word, discipline is hard, because it takes a long time to write a book. You don't get a lot of reward for it. You need to teach yourself that the effort is worth it, even before you've got to the final product. Because if you're not teaching yourself that the effort is worth it, you're probably never going to get to the final product. Yeah, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you've got any tips for Preptober, especially if you are busy or a pantser or any other extenuating circumstances, please do leave them in the description below. If you've got someone that you follow online who does really great Preptober stuff, share them as well. Like, definitely, let's build this whole resource centre. Love it, love it. Think about subscribing to the channel if you are interested in seeing more from me and stuff about writing, or if you're interested in Mary Arlan breaking the curse. You can also check out all the links to that in the description box, and you can find out where to find me on the internet in the description box, and there is also in the description box a link to my Ko-fi account if you want to support the channel, or just me in general, because I only have the one book almost out so far. So yeah, that's everything.